You waited all this goddamn time to release another album just to get pregnant in the middle of this album being done and preparing for the... Why? Why, bitch? Why? You don't know how to use your butt? You never heard of condoms? You never heard of the IUD? You never heard of the pill? You decided to get pregnant by the nigga you cheated on your husband with? Why? This is just dumb bitch shit.
Cardi B's pregnancy announcement should have been a moment of celebration. She's stepping into the next chapter of her life, expecting her fourth child, and instead of support, it turned into a firestorm of criticism that no one saw coming. Because right when Cardi thought she was sharing good news, a podcaster named Crystal from the Read podcast went completely off on her. And not just a little rant, this was a full-blown attack on her motherhood, her career, and even her personal safety.
This is so fucking stupid. You are bringing a whole new person into the world, girl. It's not playtime. It's not that ugly ass little boo-boo kid Fury just got. It's not some toy you can just toss around and it don't matter how it feel about nothing. It don't matter about its circumstances. This is a human being. I just can't believe this dumb bitch. Of all the time, you had so much time to push out however many kids you fucking wanted to. You chose the most pivotal moment, getting ready to release your sophomore album and finally go on tour because you canceled it the last time. Why? Kids. To finally do that shit. And now you're like, as soon as I'm ready. I've been stretching. I'm getting my body ready. You're getting ready to go lay down and pray that mommy makeover don't kill you like it do so many other women. And then do you a little boom cack 1-2 sidestep on that fucking tour. I hope you girls are ready for her to give you fucking nothing.
What should have been exciting news spiraled into a public clash that had everyone talking. The whole thing started with Cardi's announcement. She revealed she's pregnant again. She already has 3 kids with Offset, and now a 4th on the way. To make it even more dramatic, the pregnancy was announced just as her highly anticipated second album, Am I the Drama?, dropped. Fans had been waiting years for this album, and on top of that, Cardi has a tour lined up for early next year. So suddenly the timing of everything had people questioning, how would she juggle a new baby, an album rollout, and a global tour? That's exactly where Crystal came in. She went on a scathing rant about Cardi's pregnancy, blasting her timing, her decisions, and even her character. She argued that Cardi was irresponsible, that she wasn't thinking about her fans, and that motherhood was just a distraction from her career. But the part that really crossed the line, at least for a lot of listeners, was when Crystal brought up surgery. She flat out said she hoped Cardi wouldn't die on the surgery table from cosmetic work after giving birth. That comment hit hard, and people immediately felt she'd gone way too far.
I'm sure you got the surgery already scheduled, and that'll be what you consider tour prep. This after we have waited
to be at home
7-8 years.
Folding laundry, just wear this shit all day long.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And it's like, whatever. You bitches care a lot about that, and that's y'all's prerogative. I just don't understand being so cavalier about creating a new life. And then being like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm working so hard and I'm doing all this while I'm making a baby. That was optional. You did not have to fucking make a baby right now. Only God knows why you did that stupid shit.
Crystal didn't stop there. She dragged Cardi's performances too, going back to her last tour and claiming her post-pregnancy shows were lifeless. She described the visuals as flashy but empty. Colors, costumes, dancers, and sets everywhere, but said Cardi herself barely moved. Instead, she accused Cardi of relying on platforms and gimmicks, spinning around while the dancers carried the energy. According to Crystal, the fans would get nothing from her future shows if history repeated itself. And she said all this just as Cardi is gearing up to prove herself again on stage. It wasn't just criticism. It felt like an attempt to dismantle Cardi's reputation as a performer. And then the rant turned personal. Crystal started mocking Cardi for getting pregnant at all, asking why she didn't use contraception or birth control if she knew she had so much on her plate. She accused her of being reckless, even tying it to her split from Offset, implying she cheated on him and got pregnant by another man. She called the pregnancy dumb, stupid, and irresponsible. Then she threw in a comparison to Nick Cannon, who's famous for fathering multiple children with different women, as if Cardi's situation was the same. That one really sparked debate because it made the drama even messier. Of course, Cardi B wasn't going to stay quiet. If there's one thing people know about her, it's that she claps back when pushed. And this time, her response surprised people, not because it wasn't heated, but because she kept more composure than usual. Instead of wild yelling, she defended her motherhood with raw emotion and conviction. She made it clear she never regrets her kids, not one of them, and that her children are the most important part of her life. She said nobody should ever use her babies as ammunition to attack her, and that her role as a mother is sacred. She doesn't play about that title, and she let it be known.
Y'all wanted me to marry a billionaire. Y'all wanted me to date another man. Y'all wanted me this. I understand that y'all want it better for me, and I get that. But guess what? This is my life, and this is my decision. One thing about it, I do not regret my kids. None, 4 of them. I don't regret it. I have choices while I'm pregnant, and I still don't go to the chop shop. And I have a choice, and I would have done it if I wanted to, but I didn't want it to. And I know I could do this. And y'all see the type of mom that I am. You have an opinion about my personal life, cool, but do not bring my motherhood. I don't play about that title. I take that title very seriously. I don't play about culture. I don't play about Wave. I don't play about Blossom. And I don't play about Baby Brim. Baby Brim. We call the baby Brim. I don't play about them 4s. I love them. Every kick I love. I start falling in love with my babies when they inside me. Don't bring my kids up to prove no point of yours. Don't tell me, people, now I'm seeing people talking about the trauma that I'm bringing. Trauma to these kids? These kids? And you know what's so funny about my kids? They are all so close. They are all so close. And they're going to continue being close. And they're not being in the house don't change shit. They don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? You will know that if you have your own, but you don't. So since you don't have your own, don't talk about what's going on in nobody else's home. If you so concerned about kids, be an ACS worker. There's a lot of kids that's going through a lot of shit. Believe that. And if you want to talk about, oh, you got 4 kids, how you gonna manage having 4 kids? There's women that only got 1 kid and they cannot even manage. There's bitches that got 1 kid and have to get their kids away because they cannot manage for whatever reason. If you're so concerned about that, be concerned about that. But I'm having 4 kids because I know I can take care of them. I already take care of my 3. Never in my life have anybody ever spoken about my motherhood. And now because I'm having a baby with another man, all of a sudden it's crazy. I really don't like when people downplay moms, bro, because we go through so much shit. Whether you have 1 kid, whether you fucking working in McDonald's, whether you with a man or not, like it's like us moms, we go through a lot of fucking shit, and y'all never fucking come to these fuck ass daddies.
Cardi also rejected the Nick Cannon comparison completely. She pointed out that while Nick has children scattered across multiple households with multiple women, all of her kids live under the same roof with her. She stressed that she's raising them together, keeping them close, making sure they grow up bonded and loved. She called out the double standard, how society loves to drag mothers while barely holding fathers accountable. And she wasn't shy about reminding everyone that she has the financial means to raise her kids comfortably.
Let's be very clear. Don't not compare me to Nick Cannon. All my kids live in the same house. All of them. They all got different rooms. My kids' room look like a palace. Wave room look like a palace. Culture room like a palace. Blossom room is beautiful. My new baby room is going to be beautiful. And guess what? Every night, they want to sleep in the same bed. All my kids live in one house, not separated. Why are you comparing me to Nick Cannon when Nick Cannon got multiple, 12, whatever I don't even know how many baby moms he have. I have 1 baby dad right now. 1. 3 kids, 1 with a husband that I was with. I separated. Stop telling me, oh, well, why you separated from a cheater to go to somebody else? Because I was tired of that relationship. It's more than just cheating. That's the thing that y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know half of the shit. Y'all don't know most of the shit. It's more than just cheating. It was a lot. I couldn't take it no more. I had to go to a fucking hospital because I couldn't take it no more. You have managers, when you have a management and you have a label. When your management and your label is getting together because they are concerned, it's time to go.
For her, this wasn't about justifying herself. It was about shutting down the idea that her family structure was dysfunctional. She doubled down on defending her parenting. Cardi described the closeness of her children, how they share rooms that look like palaces, and how despite the luxury, they prefer to sleep together every night. To her, that showed the unity and love she's built for them. She blasted the narrative that women with multiple kids, or with kids from different relationships, can't be great mothers. She said women with 1 child struggle too, and that judging moms for the number of kids they have is both unfair and ignorant. But Cardi didn't stop there. She addressed her split from Offset in a way that gave fans more insight than ever before. She revealed it wasn't just cheating that broke her down. She said the relationship had gotten so toxic that she ended up in a hospital. Even her management and label noticed her decline and urged her to step away. It was no longer just personal. It was destroying her career and her mental health. Leaving was a survival move, not just a reaction to betrayal. And now, she said, she feels happier and more motivated than ever. This pregnancy, despite the controversy, has her feeling stronger, not weaker. And then she turned her defense into a message. Cardi told her fans that she's determined to give them both the greatest tour and to remain the greatest mother. She said she refuses to let critics take away her excitement about this new chapter. She encouraged other moms not to let anyone shame them or undermine their motherhood, because in her words, being a mom is one of the hardest jobs out there, no matter how many kids you have or where you come from. She said if you're working at McDonald's with 1 child or running a household with 4, the struggle is real, and nobody has the right to minimize that. By the time Cardi finished her response, the tables had turned. What started as a podcaster's harsh takedown became Cardi B's opportunity to reclaim the narrative. Instead of folding under criticism, she used it to reinforce her image as a fighter, as a mother who refuses to let anyone dictate how she lives her life. The attacks on her timing, her career, and her family didn't silence her. They lit a fire. And now the real question isn't whether Cardi B can handle it all. It's whether the people who doubted her are ready to watch her prove them wrong.
Y'all are really mad. I forgot how exhilarating it is to have this many people pissed off. It's been a while, so I just wanted to clear something up real quick. Like, please continue to have your hashtag discourse. But I'm seeing a lot of that's not appropriate for a therapist to say. What kind of therapist talks like that? I just want to be super clear that I am not a therapist. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling, but I am not licensed. I am not practicing. I do not see clients. And that's very deliberate. I did that on purpose because, number one, I never had any intention of changing careers. Therapists make a lot less than I do on average. And I went to school to learn, not to do something different with my life. I wanted to understand how my therapist was able to help me and do so. So it was just, therapy was really a life-changing experience for me. So I wanted to understand how she did that. And now I know. And I take that education with me. Obviously, it's impossible to separate that from my thoughts and feelings, whatever else. It obviously influences the things I have to say. But I am not a therapist. I haven't been a therapist since I graduated over a year ago. And so I did not want to be bound by all of the rules, regulations, ethics, moral standards, all that therapists have to worry about. I don't have to worry about because I got my degree and left. In New York, you have to do another 3,000 hours post-grad to be licensed. There's exams you have to sit for. I just was never interested in doing that. So I hope this helps. I'm assuming most of you who are mad are Cardi stans or super fans because I've said the same thing about Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, countless other men, even in the same episode. I went straight from dragging Nick Cannon to dragging Cardi B, but y'all are just mad about the Cardi thing, which lets me know this is for y'all to deal with respectfully. This is not on me. I'm very consistent when it comes to kids. I don't play about kids. And that is something that really got solidified in the pursuit of my degree. I learned a lot about child development and child psychology. And so I feel more strongly now than ever that y'all need to be doing right by these kids and not deliberately bringing them into chaos and confusion. So hope this helps. Really loving all this engagement. Keep it up. Thanks so much. Bye.